Magic creates dopamine hits. Why do people love Diablo? Why do people buy those EA loot boxes or FIFA packs? Players love it. But the way players pick up and discard magic weapons in a game conflicts with how magic weapons seem to operate in a narrative context. There's another way to do it. A way to satisfy the hit of getting a new weapon and having the character have that signature weapon. There's more than one way to get your magical fix. Hi, I'm Legal Kimchi, and I got the stuff if you got the money. And this is some DM good gaming. Open up in the name of the Queen! Be sure to like this video and subscribe to get more choice DM advice. Most of us can think of a magical weapon. If you're watching this, you can probably name some magic sword. Because of the tradition I was raised in, the first weapon that comes to mind is Excalibur, the magic sword granted to Arthur from the Lady of the Lake, Nimue. So think for a moment. What does that sword do? What powers does it have? Even the Wikipedia article just states it has magic powers. Doing a deep dive, some say it could shine light, and the light could affect people, either making them fear Arthur or respect his authority to command. From my own research, most magic swords from history do one of three things. 1. Slice things in half like a hot knife through butter. 2. Give some weirdly intangible power like command or purity or aligns with the cosmic strings that bind the universe.
That is why you should be king.
Well, the sword's got a point. 3. Glow? That's about it. Now, there are other magical weapons that seem to have more power. Mjolnir comes to mind. That is a D&D type magic weapon. Returns to the user's hands, calls lightning, resurrects, shrinks to fit in a pocket, and amplifies the user's strength. Does that not sound like somebody just rolled a 00 on the magic chart? Back in the day when I would DM, my players would always be hopeful when the time came to roll on the magic charts. I even let them roll the dice and read to them what items they got based on the charts on the back of the Dungeon Master's Guide.
You got the Librum of Ineffable Damnation.
What the? But sometimes you get results that don't really help the game along. That feeling is fine sometimes, but if you keep rolling dice, the chances are you may never get the roll that you want to get. And there are only so many times the fighter can get excited over the immovable rod. Additionally, it doesn't really support the idea that the player have a signature weapon. I love having a situation where the player loves their weapon so much, they name it. They have artwork commissioned of it. They Photoshop their character portrait so that the weapon shows up on it. Basically, I want them romantically interested in Warhammers. Not that Warhammer. I mean, Warhammer's cool too. So my strategy has taken a few things from my past. First is this book, Oriental Adventures. I can say that word. I'm Asian. So in this game, the samurai have an ancestral daisho. I hope I pronounced that correctly, I'm not Japanese. The idea of the ancestral daisho is that it would gain magical bonuses as you leveled up. It was a way to keep the weapon as your character levels up, and it levels up with you. The issue I have with it is it's not very exciting. You know exactly when it happens, so the excitement of the loot is lost. Secondly were the concepts found here, in the 2nd edition Dungeon Master's Guide. Now this is the edition I started with. Weapons here have interesting properties. A sword can be +1 to almost everything, then an additional +3 versus something else specific. For instance, the Sword of Giant Slaying, a +2 sword that gets an additional +3 versus giants.
I kill filthy giants even better. Feed me their blood.
Dude, that's pretty racist.
Wait, no, come back. I'm still a +2 sword.
Interesting concepts. But going back to Mjolnir, that thing shoots lightning bolts. I love that idea. Thematic weapons that situationally gain power. This is how I do that. Let's say your group is in a fight with a big bad evil guy or some mini-boss. The fighter launches forward for a desperate blow. Low on health, he needs to do some massive damage. The player rolls, and it's magic. Natural 20.
For Narnia!
As you strike the Minotaur, tongues of flame surge through your weapon. Your deity, Tempest, seems to whisper in your ear,
"You are my chosen."
Your sword gains a +1 and does an additional 1d6 fire damage. So I wait for a natural 20 to appear in a dramatic fight. Then I give the weapon, which was just a longsword they bought from the shopkeep, a special ability. Now it becomes their signature weapon. In history and legend, so many times, the weapon was magical because it was used by the legendary hero. It gains that status because of the wielder. Then what you do, later, after a level or two, if another natural 20 happens in a dramatic moment in a fight, you can add another plus, or it gains another ability, like to light things on fire, or even shoot a fireball once a day eventually. It becomes a legendary weapon. The appearance gets more epic each time it gains new powers. People start to recognize the weapon as tales are told throughout the land of epic deeds done by the blade. Players in my game even name their weapons because they know they're going to be holding on to them for a long period of time. If you wish, you can even roll on random charts to see what magic weapon would have come up, then grant whatever ability that weapon had to the weapon that your character currently possesses. I feel that this has narrative weight. Now you don't have a situation where the party just has a sack full of magic weapons. Your blade was stolen by the fiend's magic. Well, I got this one. The demon steals that blade as well. Well, I got this one. He steals them all, okay? All of them. And the dagger. And your underpants. Whoa, wait, what? This even gives you the opportunity to make a quest about getting that weapon back, because this weapon means something to them. See how you like it. As with any of my videos, this is just a suggestion. So, how do you handle magical items? Do you run a Monty Hall game where everybody gets magical stuff all the time? Or do you run a low magic campaign where getting a +1 sword is like your birthday? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, folks. Remember to like and share the video, subscribe if you liked it, and hit that bell icon to be notified when more videos are released. Spread the word to your friends. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or suggestions on an upcoming video, comment in the section down below and I may respond in a future video. And remember, folks, roll dice, roll play, and roll with it.